name is Chris, and thank you so much for joining me today at Haywood Homestead. I hope all of you are doing well. It is Monday evening, October the 31st. I hope those of you who celebrate the holiday will stay safe and enjoy, and that the rest of your week will be good as well. Again, this is Monday evening. I'm hoping the lighting is okay. If you hear some dogs barking, I'm beside a window, and our family's two outdoor farm dogs are barking at something, and I'm not sure what they're barking at. So before I get started on looking at our budget wrap up for the month of October, I just want to thank all of you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you so much for the love and support you've expressed to my wife and I in losing our cat LeeLee of 7 years. We lost him Saturday, and we've gotten a lot of very nice comments from those on YouTube as well as other social media platforms, and it really means a lot to us. LeeLee was a very special cat, and he died unexpectedly. We did not know he was sick, and we're just still in shock about it. And it's super hard. It was a really hard weekend for us, and I'm sure those of you who have lost pets can relate to the pain that you feel. And it's very sad, but again, thank you to everyone. We deeply appreciate your love. To get started, again, we're going to be wrapping up our budget details for the month of October. I am using a new book today. This is one I've not used in our videos before. I normally have a worksheet where I lay everything out, and then I list our income, our fixed expenses, variable expenses, as well as any savings that we do. That was beginning to be a little bit too much on me, especially the variable expense part. I was having to go back and look up bank statements and credit card statements to see and then record each and every expense for an entire month, and then show them to you guys. And I know some of you probably enjoyed seeing all of that down to the penny, but my time is so limited nowadays. I'm not going to be listing variable expenses anymore, and just more generalizing what our main expenses have been, and then what we had left after everything was paid. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy the new layout. It's going to be a very simple pen and paper type budget format. I'm going to do this twice a month. I will do another one for the month of November and hopefully have that out in a day or two. As normal, I'm running behind. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Of course, in the front here, I've got my little logo there. You know, I'm all about branding. But anyway, this is, I found this on Amazon. So if you like it, you can look in my description box, and I have a link to it in there, and you can find it on Amazon. So, all right, let's get started. So we are wrapping up the month of October. It's hard to believe another month has come and gone. We are hoping to be in our home in November, hopefully by the last or next to the last week of the month. They're really hurrying up the progress on our construction, and so we're super excited about getting into our home soon. And of course, once that happens, we will be even busier than we have been. But I look forward to taking all of you along as we start the journey of living at our new home. All right, so we're going to call this October Wrap Up. This is 2022. And let me make sure you guys are in frame. Okay. So first is our income. We always do a projection of what we think our income is going to be. We budget conservatively. We budget on the low side, meaning what we do budget for is what we will 99.9% are going to get, you know, that have a chance. But since we do budget on the low side, we normally end up making more. And so the beginning of October, we budgeted, it was 4,200 and something. Let me see. This is what we ended up bringing home. I'll do that, and then my notes are not the way I want them, but okay. So we ended up making for the entire month of October $4,436.95. And so we made an additional $156.51 from what we projected our income to be. So if we take what we actually made minus 156.51, so it was 42.80.44 is what we projected, and then we ended up bringing 156.51 more home. So that's always a good thing, to bring home more than what you plan on making. So that is our income. So moving down to fixed expenses. These have small fluctuations, but I still list them in as a fixed expense because they're ongoing for a certain amount of time, or forever, rather. And these for October were, let me see, I'm going to underline these, make it look a little bit neater. All right, so first we had our mortgage. We are paying construction payments on the build of our house, and then we're also paying rent to live with family while our house is being built. And so that's why we have a mortgage and a rent, so you're not confused when you see that. Our mortgage was $1,068. Our rent, and the mortgage payment right now is fluctuating because it's based on how much money the bank has dispersed to the builder. And when they disperse more money to the builder, our balance, of course, goes up. And so that's why the payments tend to go up. Our rent was $800. We have HBO, a streaming service. We pay $15 a month for this. And then we have a, I'll say, med bill. And I'm going to pay probably a few more payments on this, and then I'm just going to wipe it off because I'm tired of paying the monthly payments on it. But we're paying $121 right now a month on a medical bill. And, but yeah, we'll probably knock that out before too long. And then electric. So our rent payment goes toward food, and household expenses from the family we live with. But we do have a temporary electric pole on our land that the workers use as they're building our home. And so we get charged a fee just for having the electric pole there. And whatever electricity they do use is very minimal. So the payment has been about $50 each month for several months. And then we have Apple storage. This is additional storage room on my cell phone as well as Amanda's cell phone. And this was $3. We have life insurance. This is $21 a month. We have car insurance. which is $170. Gas is another bill that fluctuates, but we always budget a certain amount for it, and we have been budgeting $500 for the past couple months for this. And so but our actual total for gas this month was $522. So we didn't go too far over budget with that. T-Mobile is our cell phone service carrier, and for 3 lines for my wife, myself, and my nephew Hunter, who lived with us for a time, and he may end up living with us again in the future. But for 3 lines, we're paying $121. This was lower, and I'm not sure why it went up. I've got to do my research and find out why. All right, so next is a graphic app that we pay full access to, and I use it to make my thumbnails for YouTube videos, as well as a few other things. That's $13. We are currently renting 2 storage units to hold our belongings in until our house is completed, and we're paying $256 a month for those 2. And then last, we have Amazon Prime, and we pay $15 a month for that. So let's add up all of our fixed expenses. We have $1,068 for mortgage, $800 for rent, $15 for HBO, $121 for our medical bill, $50 for electric, $3 for Apple storage, $15 for Amazon Prime, life insurance $21, car insurance $170, $522 for gas, $121 for T-Mobile, $13 for Canva, and $256 for our storage units. Gives us $3,175. All right, so moving on to savings. So our savings include, we move into our bank savings account, as well as money we put into our envelopes. That all goes under savings for us. So to start off with, we'll put savings account. I'm trying currently to put $50 from each of my paychecks into our savings account. So that was $100. And then we had a dividend deposit of $6.23 go into our savings as well. So our total into savings this month was $106.23. And then starting with our, let's see, I'll go and do Amanda. So she gets a cash allowance throughout the month, and then she got $90 this month. All right, our first sinking fund is mortgage. We're putting money aside each cash stuffing to pay toward the principal of our mortgage loan once it goes out of the construction phase and becomes a permanent mortgage. And we were able to put $32 into that this month. Vacation, we put $87 into that. Car maintenance, we added $32. Pet health, we put in $121. Little robot, we put in $26. And then into our savings challenges, we're doing 2 savings challenges right now. We put, let's see, I'll put 300 CHLL for short for challenges. We put in $65 into this. And then into our $500 challenge, we added $235. So, and before I add up all of our savings, so a lot of this money came from eliminating one of our sinking funds that we had, which was car insurance. Our car insurance had, I believe it was $247 in there. Once we did away with that envelope, we put that $247 into other envelopes, as you can see in my last cash stuffing video, and we were able to put quite a bit more into our sinking funds than we normally could because we did that. So I'm going to add all of this up and then deduct that $247 that was in car insurance, since that was already saved. That wasn't all saved in October. So this account was $106.23. Amanda was $90. Mortgage $32. Vacation $87. Car maintenance $32. Pet health $121. Little robot $26. And then $300 savings challenge was $65. And then our $500 savings challenge was $235, which gives us a total of $794.23. When we deduct the $247 from car insurance, we get $547.23. And even though that money was used to buff up these other funds, it's not money that we made in October, so that when I go and deduct all of this from our income this month, we'll get a true number, an accurate number of what's actually left over. So $547.23 was what we actually saved in October. So we did pretty good with that. All right, so coming down to spending, our budget is set up in 3 different accounts. I'm eventually going to open up a 4th account in our bank, and I'll tell you what that is in just a moment. But we have a savings account, we have a bill account, and then we have a spending account. Eventually, once my sinking funds get to be built up to, pretty high numbers, I'll eventually start using placeholder bills that are fake, of course, and then I'll be putting some money into the bank. So I am going to open another checking account up, and then I'm going to put sinking funds into that account, and then label all of that so that it doesn't, so it will all be titled, or it all stay organized. All right, so let's start with our income. And another thing, our spending account includes our food. So if we go out to eat, or if we buy any groceries, if we go to Walmart, just anything that isn't a fixed expense will go under spending. So our income was $4436.95. Take away our fixed expenses of $3175. Take away our savings of $547.23 equals $714.72. So this $714.72 was spread out throughout the month, and so this is what we had to spend on miscellaneous things, like I said, including food. So guys, that concludes our budget wrap up for the month of October. I hope y'all enjoyed this new format. I think this is just a little more simpler to do and to show you. And please let me know in the comments if you like it or if you'd like me to add something to it as I go forward. And hopefully I will incorporate that, if I'm able to, in our November overview. So again, that will be out in a couple of days. But again, guys, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all so much for your support. Welcome to my new subscribers. We love each and every one of y'all, and we will see y'all on our next video. Bye, guys.